2.
Yeah. I'm going with Cook on the right of those three.
I think so. Right wing back 11.
Yeah.
Left wing back 29.
Yeah.
In the mid, 4 and 23.
Yeah.
And then the wide of the front 3 will be 7 on the right probably, and 20 on the left, with 14 in the middle.
Obiero. Okay.
But yeah, it could be a lot of things, to be honest.
Okay, we'll start with that and keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Good evening to you, Julian Walters. Not alongside myself tonight, but listening at home in Swansea, giving that speeding bullet a rest. The orange speeding bullet. Yeah, just one change in the Aldershot Town squad tonight, and that's on the bench, where Keane Anderson, who John Coleman in his post-match interview said I don't think he used the words heavy heart, but he said he's got good availability now, and he's had to leave a player of Keane Anderson's quality out of the squad, which is a lovely compliment to Keane. He's back in tonight at the expense of Kiban Rai. The starting 11 is unchanged entirely. We'll run through it in a short while. Preliminary stuff here. We're not getting going with our commentary just yet. We're still 14 minutes away from kickoff, although the Shots have finished their warm-up and gone back in the warm. And Wealdstone are still out there, just coming towards the end of theirs. Good evening to Colin Hayden, hearing us loud and clear. Hoping the Shots can get 3 points to end the year on a high. Said a few hellos already to some of our regular listeners. One of our regular listeners hasn't messaged to say hello tonight, and that's because he's here. Paul Bertie Reynolds from Seattle has flown over and just popped down to say hello at the media box. First time I've met him. Always good to meet you guys when you stray shots, when you come over for just one game a season, 1 or 2 games, to pop in and say hello. Always good to hear from you, as long as you call at the right time. Paul turned up just as we were about to do the team news on the radio, but I think he's gone away happy. We've had a little chat and a photo. It's all good. Alex has confirmed that all is good with the DAZN microphones and sounds. So you may be joining us via that platform and watching the game as well, or you may be listening. And our regular listeners will know, of course, that we have to do the commentary as though it were for people who cannot see the pitch. And therefore we will try to describe and paint as many pictures as we can. And if you are watching on DAZN as well, you'll just probably hear a few more mistakes. Gav Dennison always used to say to me, who pretty much I sat alongside for many years, as Steve did, of course, and he used to say, when it's on the radio, when the ball's flying from one end to the other, if you're not sure who it is, think who should be in that position and say their name, and the listeners will be no better off. But they are now, Steve. No, if you're watching on DAZN as well, then of course you will get the pictures. You might even get 1 or 2 replays that I don't get. Occasionally Steve manages to get a good enough Wi-Fi to see the odd incident a few seconds later. Just finalising preparations with the Wealdstone team and final notes pre-match. So back with you in a little while, listeners. We'll get going fully in 5 minutes or so.
Find anyone to come with you then.
Oh, you said Chelsea were strong favourites to beat Bournemouth, and they're 1-0 down.
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Happy New Year to you as well. Right, we are less than 5 minutes from kickoff, and good to know you can hear us, Lindsay, in Tenerife. Steve Gibbs is alongside myself, Rob Worrell. And we're about to bring you commentary from the National League. Aldershot Town in, I need to double check myself here, I want to say 21st place. And Wealdstone significantly higher. Let me just get the table in front of me. Yeah, Wealdstone 12th. And the Shot's indeed 21st. Alongside me is Steve Gibbs, former Aldershot Town media manager. Good evening, Steve. Feels like a little while since the last home game, but we'll be back here again in just a few days, of course, for another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, two home games in a few days for the Shots to continue their upward mobility and continue their transition under John Coleman. And I think they meet Wealdstone at the right time, in the right kind of form. They'll be looking for at least a point and ideally 3 this evening.
Here come the teams then. The Shots in red shirts, blue shorts and red socks, and Wealdstone in blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks. And the Shots led out once again by Ryan Hill, and Wealdstone by Jack Cook. And a warm welcome to our listeners on BBC Radio Surrey online and to our viewers on DAZN. A warm welcome to any Wealdstone fans tuning in to watch the game on DAZN this evening. You have got a healthy band of supporters here, I would say, for a midweek game, Steve.
Yeah, very healthy.
Yeah, to the point that I'm struggling to put a number on it. I would think close to 160, 180, maybe pushing towards the 200.
Yeah, definitely. I would hedge my bets further, say between 150 and 200. But yeah, definitely a healthy contingent around the M25.
Teams are out, and Aldershot Town are unchanged. I'll let you listen to Craig. He's announcing it.
10, Josh Barrett. 15, Christy Grogan. 17, James Henry. 19, Ryan Hill. 24, Charlie Warren. 25, Will Nightingale. 33, Sam Inwood. 34, Diane Tetek. And 42, Matt Penny. The substitutes are number 16, Pat Nash. 7, Cameron Hargreaves. 9, Kwame Thomas. 11, Ryan Jones. 12, Keane Anderson. 23, Haddy Gandor. And 36, Will Armitage. This evening's referee is Lewis Sando. His assistants are Daniel Bonniwell and Kieran Fidler, and the fourth official is Morgan Hon. Thank you to today's match sponsors who are JMTM.
Steve, an unchanged lineup then for the Shots. And if you didn't catch Craig announcing it, it's Boyce Clark in goal, Inwood, Nightingale, Grogan and Hill the back four, Tetek and Woodridge in midfield, Penny, Barrett and Henry. The attacking 3 behind Charlie Warren, who's still looking for his first Aldershot Town goal, on loan from Bolton. And Wealdstone line up with Astor Baptiste in goal, and then we think, and we'll keep an eye on it, a back 3, McAvoy, Woodman and Jack Cook the captain, with Tienza and Hassan left and right, Omar Musa and Terrell Agyemang in the centre of midfield, Obiero up top with support from Nathan Shakuna and Enzio Baldwin. Wealdstone have kick-off for the benefit of our online listeners, and they're kicking towards the East Bank end in the first half. Our referee is Lewis Sando, and he's about to get us underway here at the EBB, where there's a healthy crowd actually for midweek. It's midweek, but of course it's holiday time for a lot of people.
Yeah, who knows what day it is.
Exactly. I'm reliably informed it's Tuesday, and immediately Astor Baptiste drills a ball straight down the pitch, and it goes all the way through to Kanaya Boyce Clark. Shots in possession with Tetek. For me and for Julian, the best shots player on show at Gander Green Lane on Boxing Day. through the midfield, through Henry and Barrett out to Hill, back into Barrett, back to Widrington, and now Inwood picks the ball up. Oh, lovely ball out to the left, to the byline. It's going to come in now, it's pulled back, shot, goal! Aldershot Town have scored in the very first minute, 43 seconds, and it's James Henry who puts them ahead. What a wonderful start for the Shots. It feels like it's been a while since they exploded into a game with a goal like that. Wonderful move down the left-hand side. Big shout to Sam Inwood for the defence splitting pass, and then pulled back in.
On the first minute, the goal scorer for Aldershot Town, number 17, James Henry!
And pulled back for Henry. I'm presuming by Matt Penny, but I didn't get a clear view.
It was absolutely Matt Penny. That was a brilliant start, cut through Wealdstone like a knife through butter. They didn't know what had hit them, they barely got on the pitch. Team goal, but absolutely you're right. Inwood's pass, absolutely superb. Put it on a plate for Penny, who pulled it back, and then Henry still had a lot to do, but he did it like James Henry has been doing for many, many years. What a start for the Shots.
Yeah, it's an odd one tonight, as you've already mentioned in our warm-up chat with the radio, as Shots come again down the right-hand side, being chased by Warren, and Astor Baptiste takes no chances and puts it into touch. We were saying that across the season, Wealdstone have been superb. They're incredible that they are where they are in the table. As a part-time football club, absolutely pulling up trees under Sam Cox, but they've just found life difficult as late. They've suddenly gone 6 without a win in the National League, 4 draws and 2 defeats, but underestimate them at your peril. And the Shots, who of course have really struggled, and until the last couple of games were down in 23rd place, we've seen the improvement coming without the results, but it's been 2 wins and a draw now for the Shots, and they now have a throw in level with the edge of the penalty area on this right side. Now Inwood's come over to take it. Josh Barrett shows short, but I think it is going to come in. The centre backs are up from the back, flicked on by Nightingale, headed away by Wealdstone, and they might get a counter attack here. 2 against 3, but those 2 are ahead of many. And now Aldershot are getting bodies back. It's held up by Obiero, switches back on his left, he's going to try a shot, and it's caught comfortably in the end by Boyce Clark, who thought about a dive and then realised he didn't need to. The ball's gone into touch. Henry couldn't quite get there. Pretty cold evening actually, not too wintry, still in the plus figures, but quite low single figures, Steve.
Yeah, pretty chilly tonight, but the opening has really warmed everybody here this evening. Lightning quick. I thought Wealdstone should have done better with that counter attack against the Shots, but yeah, you say those 2 players were well in advance. They had no support, and plenty of Shots players were channeling back to shut them down, and in the end a chance was not created. But yeah, hopefully game can continue in the vein it started.
Here come Wealdstone down the left side, ball in, might get a shot away here. Great challenge from Christy Grogan. Really good challenge from Christy Grogan, as Enzio Baldwin was about to step into the penalty area and pull the trigger. One of those challenges you've got to get right.
Yeah,
you mistime it there and you're in serious trouble.
Absolutely, but no, he did really well. I think Baldervine's first touch was a little bit heavy, and that allowed Grogan to make the challenge, but that's not to take away from Christie. He had to be clean and decisive, and he was.
Ball's down the right hand side for Wealdstone. Flag's gone up, referee's dismissed it, cross has come in, and Wealdstone will battle to try and keep the ball in here. They do actually. The ball's turned back, sent down the left side. That's initially looked too strong, but Wealdstone are onto it. They've got it inside the area with the number 20 Shikuna, squared it across to the right hand side, and Wealdstone asking serious questions to the Shots defence here. Cross comes in, punched away one-handed by Boyce Clark, sent back in, and it was flying in, and it's cleared off the line by that man this time, Christy Grogan. What a start to the game he's had. That shot was on target, Boyce Clark was beaten, Christy Grogan kept it out.
Yeah, he started superbly already, made 2 vital contributions, and that all came from Hassan down the right hand side for Wealdstone, beat Matt Penny. That was the matchup that allowed Aldershot Town to open the scoring after just 40 odd seconds. Penny getting past Hassan, and I think that could be a key matchup this evening. Hassan, brilliant going forward, exciting winger, creative number 10, but a defender he is not, and as that wing back position that he's playing for Wealdstone this evening, Matt Penny could exploit
They're
it.
in here, Baldwin edge of the area, tries to pass in, and it's cleared behind by Grogan again. This isn't the FPL. If it was, Christy Grogan would have 3 defensive contributions in the first 6 minutes. Corner, first of the evening, to the Stones.
Well, Wealdstone fell behind in 40 seconds, but barely 5 minutes later you could say a goal is coming for them. That's how open and end-to-end this game has been.
Yeah, Aldershot have had 2 attacks, only one of which resulted in an effort on goal, and it went in from James Henry. Wonderful team goal, but since then they've been up against it. In comes the corner from Wealdstone, flicked on, caught by Boyce Clark. And Steve, I haven't even had the chance to mention it yet, I might not now, as Aldershot have got 2 against 2 here, but Barrett decides to hold it up, drags it away from his man, and then it runs into along the touchline and played all the way back to Astor Baptiste. Shots fans will be concerned about this. Wealdstone fans might want to hear it. Aldershot Town, not just this season but for many seasons, have a propensity to concede within 5 or 10 minutes of scoring a goal. They've conceded a lot less, of course, of late. They're coming into this game on back-to-back clean sheets, and they're defending like Trojans. Here's a ball across, and just a little touch back, which meant that Charlie Warren couldn't get onto it, and technically kind of a back pass, but I don't think it was. It was just an outstretched foot trying to divert the ball, and the referee, quite rightly, Lewis Sando, agreeing with that sentiment. We're already 7.5 minutes in, and to give credit to the man who just worked all the way back and did so there for Wealdstone, it was the number 22, Conor McAvoy. Here they come in space again with Tiencia, 29, cut out again by Grogan. If you gave man of the matches in the first 8 minutes, it's Grogan's all the way. Here's Hill motoring past McAvoy. He's got Henry just inside him. Henry goes forward into the box. He's into the area. Oh, he's just stepped inside his man and then been dispossessed. Stood up firmly there, James Henry. Lesser players might have felt the slightest contact and thrown themselves down. Henry stayed on his feet. Good challenge though from Wealdstone. 8.5 minutes gone. Breathless start. 1-0 shots, but pretty much all Wealdstone.
Yeah, strange. That's the story of the game so far, strange as it may sound, but absolutely. All I can say again is, let's have more of this, lads. Keep it going. This is a real Christmas cracker, all even in the opening 8 3/4 minutes.
Gradually, slowly, but surely, John Coleman, when he can, has started to bring in his own men, and they've all made an impact. 3 of them in that back 5, Boyce Clark, Inwood, and Christy Grogan. Nightingale, helped by the return of Nightingale, of course, from injury, and Ryan Hill slotting in at right back there. Raheem Shackelford is out injured, and Archie Taylor, sadly, I have to say, Shots fans will agree, I'm sure, has moved on to Eastbourne. I understand it, Steve. I'd like to get your thoughts if we ever get an opportunity. Maybe we'll get it now as Boyce Clark's in possession. We all loved Archie Taylor here. Going forward, he played with so much freedom, but I guess what John Coleman needs is more assurance in defence.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame. Archie, I think, did really well, but everyone could see.
Good run inside from Theo Widdrington. Aldershot then lose it, but Cook clears, ricochet to Barrett. Oh, he's got it! He's dipped the shot over Astor Baptiste, and finally Barrett is back on the score sheet. What a difference he's made to the side, returning, creating chances aplenty. Some of them for himself, they've not been going in, but this one has. And it was an optical illusion, Steve. He lifted it, it didn't seem to get that high, but the dip came. It was enough to outwit Astor Baptiste, find the back of the net, and would you believe, inside 10 minutes is Aldershot Town 2, Wealdstone 0.
Well, the shots are 2 up in 10 minutes, completely against the run of play, and I suspect that one was moving in the air. Yes, it nestled into the roof of the net, flew into the roof of the net. As a goalkeeper, you'd think, well, I can tip this over quite easy enough, but there was enough on it from Josh Barrett that Baptiste could not get anywhere near it. It was a bit of a lucky ricochet off Tetek as Cook tried to intercept, and then it was all Josh Barrett. You can't quite say Barrett again, but he has made a fantastic impact since he's come back from mid-injury. The East Bankers singing Barrett again will allow them that poetic license, but yeah, what a finish.
Interesting. I think you've seen a replay, which I haven't, but I thought Cook literally cannoned it against Henry, but it was against Tetek, wasn't it?
I think it was against Tetek.
Right.
Lucky ricochet for the Aldershot Town player, whoever it was, and yeah, then it was all Barrett.
Here's Wealdstone coming down the right-hand side. I think this ball's just going to trickle out of play behind the goal for a goal kick to Aldershot. Pretty robust there in the challenge was Sam Inwood. And I was looking at the officials in case they saw anything they didn't like, but the referee, Lewis Sando, has pointed behind for a goal kick. And this is new territory for Aldershot Town this year. Yes, they've been on a better run, Steve, but for the life of me, I can't remember them going up 2-0 in the first 10 or 15 minutes of a game this season.
No, they need to be wary.
Yes.
They can't get complacent. For all of the problems, the poor run that Wealdstone are on, they've still got lots of attacking threat, but this is a fantastic platform for Aldershot Town to go on and get.
Oh, there's a header going back to Barrett, tries another shot. Oh, this time it's straight at the keeper. But Aldershot Town, I mean, we got to even it up, I guess, a little bit, really. It's not been totally all Wealdstone, has it? That is the fourth attack of Aldershot in the first 12 and a half minutes, but Wealdstone have had as many. They just haven't been able to get a shot away, or when they did, it was blocked on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're playing post-match interview bingo, whoever's got basketball game on their bingo card, I think will come up trumps, because that's exactly what it's been in the opening 12 minutes.
Here's Penny heading away. He's back quite deep. Ryan Hill's battling for it in midfield, but he can't win it. Now he can, and he puts it into touch. The shot skipper for a Wealdstone throw, just 5 yards or so into the Aldershot Town half. It's taken by Shakuna, back to McAvoy, inside then to Dion Woodman, and Aldershot are doing it again, Steve, pressing high. Look, trying to force Woodman to go long or back to his keeper, which he does. Keeper goes out to Cook. Cook gets this clearance away. It's a good one, and a little deft touch inside by Obiero, and now to the left-hand side and picked up by Tiencia. He sends it across. It's very, very deep, and Matt Penny will just watch it trickle into touch. And Aldershot Town, there tends to be a goal fairly soon after they've scored. But this evening, Steve, much to the Shots fans' delight and the pain and the agony, of course, of the Stones fans, it's them who scored the next goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they now need to take the game in stages, make sure, consolidate their lead. Don't give Wealdstone any cause for optimism in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. And I think that pressing high is absolutely the right thing. It always is, but particularly a couple of goals that Wealdstone have conceded recently have been because they've succumbed to a high press, conceded in dangerous positions, conceded the ball in dangerous positions, and ended up conceding a goal. And Aldershot Town, I think, know that could be an area where they can profit this evening.
Been a few early goals in the National League. I'll fill you in a minute. But here's Aldershot trying to launch another attack. Hill can let this go out for a throw, and he does in front of Tiencia. My first look at 3 or 4 of these Wealdstone players, and looking on from afar, I've been so impressed with the job that Sam Cox has been doing. And I don't fully know the reasons why they've slipped out of a bit of form. Sometimes you just get 1 or 2 results go against you, and Aldershot have had a horrendous run followed by a horrendous run of fixtures. Ball through the middle, Barrett's chasing. He realises he's not going to get there, and it will run through to Astor Baptiste, who is one of those players I've not seen play before. Zakaria Hassan is another, and Junior Tiencia, the others I've seen play probably against the shots before. Some good, well-known players on the bench. Giorgio, Dylan Kadji, of course, who's been here. Olafella Olamola, Musa Diarra, and then 2 or 3 other names that I'm not so familiar with. But Aldershot pressing Barrett there, almost getting it off McAvoy. Goes back to the keeper, and Wealdstone play around the press on this occasion. Cook coming down the right-hand side. Ball into Omar Musa. He's being challenged by Widrington. Widrington, by the way, who did a lot of good work in the lead up to that second goal. Won't be credited with any assists. If anyone got an assist, it was Jack Cook, wasn't it, inadvertently, or Tetek, who it came off, according to your view of the replay. Be a pretty cheap assist for Tetek if it is, of course. But most importantly, the shots, who have had, well, they've cursed their luck this season. The amount of times they feel they've played well enough to pick up points in games and not got it. The amount of penalties that John Coleman says that they could have had since he's been here. I think he said 5 or 6, didn't he? I think all teams are going to find a few.
Of course.
Here's Wealdstone coming through the middle with Agyemang. Sends it out to the right, cross comes in. And then it's cleared away by who else? Christy Grogan. And my goodness me, if you sometimes you see players, you see a video of all their best moments and you think, wow, he's amazing. And then you realise they're clipped together over the course of a season. Well, if you just put the footage of the first 17 minutes of this game in, you'd be wanting to sign Christy Grogan, wouldn't you? You
would, absolutely. And I think, to complete my point about Archie Taylor, I think, yes, he impressed going forward, but anyone who watched Aldershot Town earlier this season will see they're conceding too many soft goals. And yeah, Archie Taylor is not culpable individually, but collectively that defence needed to change. And John Coleman, the proof at the moment is in the pudding. Yes, there's three of the back 5 are different, and it's transformed. And bringing in someone like Grogan, who John said loves to defend. You want players who rejoice. James Henry conceding a bit of a cheap free kick in the Wealdstone left back position.
Yep.
A bit of a combative challenge there, but you want players who celebrate a clean sheet, who rejoice in a goal-saving tackle as much as a striker celebrates a goal. And Christy Grogan is that sort of player, and that's what Aldershot Town needed. Yes, it's harsh for me on Archie Taylor, but if a manager doesn't fancy you, if you don't feature in a manager's plans, then I think Archie's done the right thing and is going to get first team football elsewhere, albeit dropping back down to National South.
Here come Wealdstone again, down the right hand side. A ball in, Jack Cook's there, he's in the area, pulls it back, and he can't find a Wealdstone player. It's Hill who comes away with it, but his attempted pass forward's been cut out, and Wealdstone are back on it again, trying to get past Penny. There's a foul outside the penalty area. Interesting to see if Lewis Sando just gives the free kick, or a yellow card to Matt Penny as well. I'm just going to say if that's in the second half, it's a yellow every time, but referees don't like to start showing that first yellow card too quickly. I don't think it's going to be any more than a free kick, but it's a free kick around about 10 or 11 yards out, literally a yard outside the penalty area on the right hand side. And Wealdstone have got plenty of bodies forward. 8 of their 11 in the penalty area, or just on the fringe of it now. Referee blows his whistle. A little bit of movement, a bit of holding here and there from players from both sides, and it comes headed towards goal and in. It's a deft header. I think it's McAvoy, I'll confirm that in a minute, but the shot's clean sheet has gone, and that early 2-0 lead has been halved, and it is indeed Conor McAvoy. Simple header from a nicely flighted free kick in from the right hand side. Aldershot Town 2, Wealdstone 1, and just 20 minutes gone.
Yeah, his third goal of the season from centre back Conor McAvoy. Good delivery, deft header. Far too simple though. Aldershot Town could and should be very disappointed with themselves. He got ahead of... Who did he get ahead of? I think possibly Sam Inwood. McAvoy and, Wealdstone back in it.
Yeah, and Aldershot looking to respond straight away. Penny on the left-hand side sends it into Tetek. Tetek sends the ball in. Barrett, little knockdown into the path of Henry. He's caught. Appeals for a penalty. Referee turns away. He's not going to give it. And there you go, John Coleman. There's another one for your collection. Steve will get a look at that one shortly. Probably would have been soft for me if it had been given. 21 minutes gone, 2-1 shots. Penalty shout on Henry. Wealdstone heading the ball in touch, throw into shots level with the edge of the penalty area. Quick thoughts on the possible penalty for Aldershot, Steve Gibbs?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see the replay. I think I agree with you. Would have been soft.
Okay, throw into Aldershot. Sam Inwood is going to take on the left-hand side. And
nothing in the penalty for me. Jack Cook steps across, makes the challenge, sticks out a foot to make the block. Henry goes over, not a penalty.
And this time Henry goes over. He's been caught, and it's a free kick level with the edge of the penalty area, halfway between the penalty area and the touchline on the left-hand side. Now, if only from an Aldershot Town point of view, Steve, can Aldershot stroke in a free kick flighted that well and have somebody ghosted unmarked and just deftly flick it into the goal? The point is that I'm making that some of the set-piece goals Aldershot conceded this season have been pretty soft as well.
Yeah.
They haven't conceded many of late, and that's not one that John Coleman would be proud of his team for.
It's not, no. It was Inwood who got, who McAvoy ghosted in ahead of and just guided the header really well, to be fair, but certainly soft from Aldershot Town. And the free kick was a double foul from Matt Penny on Hassan, a pull of the shirt and then a trip. Definitely a free kick, borderline yellow card considering there were two offences in one.
All right, lots of scores to update you with when we get a chance, but we don't have a chance because at the EBB we're back where we used to be with 3 early goals. 22 and a half minutes gone, so we're only a quarter of the way through the match. The Shots have got a free kick over on the left hand side. Theo Whittington's there, Josh Barrett's there. It will be Barrett. He sends it on the floor into a little touch around the corner and then cleared away by Wealdstone. And then a strong challenge. And Aldershot are onto it. Charlie Warren switches it back. He pulls it back. That one surely must be a penalty. It's not been given. Again, that looked much more like a penalty to me. Sharp turn from Warren. Here comes the counter-attack from Wealdstone. Obiero on the left. Ball into the area and it'll go all the way through to Boyce Clark. My goodness me. 2 penalty shouts for Aldershot in the space of 5 minutes. That looked a more serious question asked of the referee there. I'll let Steve come in with his thoughts when he's seen it play out on the DAZN footage. But it remains 2-1 to Shots. What a chaotic start to the game. Here's Boyce Clark clearing out to the right hand side, nicely taken down by Hill, inside to Widrington. Charlie Warren chasing the impossible, but it's sent back inside, and Ryan Hill continues the press. Tetek tries to get ahead on it and can't. Is held up briefly by Hassan, and then Hassan is fouled by Inwood, and correctly here the referee Lewis Sando gives Wealdstone a free kick just inside the Aldershot Town half. Thoughts on that second penalty appeal, Steve?
No, not a penalty. I think he turns sharply and in doing so loses his footing. Minimal appeal from the Shots players. Warren himself didn't appeal, and I don't think there was a Wealdstone defender making a challenge. I think in trying to make the tight turn he loses his footing.
Excellent, Steve. Well, now there you go, Wealdstone supporters. Now you know that we're both honest, because we both said no to the penalty appeals from Shots. Just as well from a Stones point of view on this difficult run, and 2-1 down that neither of them were given. But a lively opening game which is back on now, very much Wealdstone back in touch with it. Here's Barrett drifting onto a poor back pass. He tries to send it in, it's cut out behind by Jack Cook. Bit of a misunderstanding in the Stones defence, and a first corner of the evening to the Shots in the very beginning of the 26th minute.
Yeah, a couple of times this evening already Baptiste has come off limits outside his penalty area, almost into the fullback position. Aldershot Town know that they're can be some profit to come from this high press. Wealdstone, some slackness in defence, some slack passing, taking a few risks. Aldershot can definitely profit.
Barrett then sends in a lovely corner, little flick on, and then Inwood strokes it towards goal, and he's got to finish that. He feathered it instead of smashing it into the net, and it remains 2-1, but we're literally in a game here littered with incident every 2 or 3 minutes. Wealdstone the better side across the opening 10 minutes, but the shot's 2-0 up, and the shots are going to be asking serious questions now. And there's a trip as Warren tries to chase the ball. It's off the ball runs behind the goal, and ironically the ball had gone, but that was probably the first genuine contact in the 3 now. Somewhat stifled penalty shouts. 26 and a half minutes gone. 2-1 shots.
Yeah, not a penalty for me. I think Will Nightingale realised that the Wealdstone defender was on his back, legs flailing, yes, but completely inadvertent contact. And Sam Inwood, if he caught it sweetly and lashed it towards the bottom corner near post, Aldershot would be 3 up, but instead he sliced it and it limped across goal and was easily cleared.
Here's Christy Grogan, who clears into touch, takes no chances. We honestly thought, me and Julian on Boxing Day, that Aldershot and Sutton would be settled by the odd goal in 5. It didn't turn out that way at all. They cancelled each other out a lot. The Shot's the better side with more chances, and they should have won it, but they didn't. And it ended 0-0, the first one of the season. This one already 2-1, 27 minutes gone, and here's Wealdstone sending the ball in, and well, it's a left-footed diagonal cross in from the right, and it's chased down and met by Tiensia at the far post, but it was already virtually over the line when he put his head on it. It could only go one way, Steve, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think he used the wrong part of his body. He should have tried to wrap his left foot around that one rather than going at it with his head. It was a difficult angle, and he made it even more difficult for himself than he needed to.
I can only think, and Wealdstone fans will know better, that he backed his head more than he did his left foot, but we shall have to see. Here's Boyce Clark with the goal kick. Cook jumps above Henry to win. Tetek then gets a good header forward. Good interception from Inwood as the ball comes back, but then the ball sent out to the right hand side. Attempt at a defence splitting pass by Hassan, brilliantly cut out by Nightingale, who's lost it, won it back, finds Warren, quick feet from him. He's possibly fouled. Referee lets play go on. Theo Widrington steers it out to the right hand side, but Aldershot have given it away again. This game is so open, it's unreal. Shakuna in possession, offers a couple of balls. They're great ball into the area, and it's offside against Tiencia as Obiero runs onto it and smashes it into the empty net. Very quick and early flag from the assistant referee on the far side, who'll probably be getting a bit of stick from the Stones fans behind him. But by the way, those numbers only continue to grow, and I reckon that Wealdstone have got more than 200 fans here.
I would agree. I don't know if some of them have arrived late or...
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
We're
down behind in the bar or something.
Enjoying the local hospitality a little bit much, but yeah, I think they'll be glad that they've left the warmth and comfort of a bar or made it round the M25, because this game, absolutely brilliant.
And it's a cracking night all round, actually. There's loads of goals flying in. I still don't really feel I've had time to tell you about them. It's Rochdale 0, Hartlepool 2, Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 0. Tamworth 0, Halifax 2. Here come Wealdstone down the right hand side again. Southend are 1-0 up through Gus Scott Morris against Sutton. And here at the EBB, 2-1 shots against Wealdstone. The ball played back to Boyce Clark, who clears out to the left hand side. Little shove in the back there, very subtle from Jack Cook on Barrett, set him off balance, but then whilst the referee stopped for something here. Is there an incident behind the goal in the East Bank? I'm not sure what it is, Steve.
It looks like it. Yeah, there's some medics running down towards the East Bank and some concern among a couple of players. It looks like, unfortunately, some sort of emergency in the East Bank, and yeah, the way the medics are making their way into the terrace, there looks to be some degree of urgency.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can for the wrong reasons, of course, but we can all catch our breath a little bit now. What a wonderful start to the game for Shots. And do you know what? Half an hour in, if you'd said the Shots would be leading by a goal, you'd have snapped hands off, wouldn't you? But
you would.
Because they were 2-0 up and Wealdstone had got back into it, and because Wealdstone look every bit as dangerous going forward, if not more so than the Shots, this little break in play might just suit Aldershot more than Wealdstone, because it's Wealdstone who got the momentum, certainly at the moment.
They do, yeah, they have a degree of momentum, and we highlighted it early on. Penny getting past Hassan for the Shots opening goal inside 40 seconds, but thereafter it's Hassan who's won that personal duel, and everything for Wealdstone is coming down the right hand side, and I think Aldershot Town need to be aware of that and offer some protection for Matt Penny down that side and halt those Wealdstone attacks, because they're getting too much joy, too much space, and it's causing all sorts of problems. And Wealdstone will feel aggrieved that they're 2-1 down. They could easily be level or ahead. Such has been the attacking dominance that they've had in the last few minutes. And yeah, it's still a basketball game, but you'd say Wealdstone at the moment are creating the better chances.
Referee has now called the players back onto the pitch, and he wants to get back on with it. He's got the ball in his hands, and I can't remember exactly where it was when the play was stopped. Steve, can you? He's wandering over to, I guess, the position where he thought it was anyway. As long as he knows, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it seems that there were 4 medics who went onto the East Bank, and I think they've all left and are now making their way back around the pitch. So hopefully whatever happened has been remedied and wasn't too serious.
That's Steve Gibbs, I'm Rob Worrell, and we're bringing you live commentary from the National League, where it's mid-table Wealdstone coming into the game slightly out of form, bottom 4 Aldershot coming into the game in form, which is a bit of a weird concept, but so far it's playing out that way. Whatever the concerns were in the crowd, I think they've been alleviated now, and we're back underway, so we will have some added time. 2 or 3 minutes lost there. 33 minutes gone. Shots to Wealdstone 1. Always a lovely move down the right hand side for Wealdstone, and the return pass, can they keep it in? It's drilled across, and then it's cleared behind. I'm not quite sure who did so. I think it might be Hill, and he's complaining that he played it off a Wealdstone player, but referee has excuse me, given a corner to the Stones.
Yeah, I think the Shots will be pleased that they've escaped with only conceding a corner, because that was once again down the right hand side. Really good interplay, really good double teamwork from Wealdstone, pace and creativity and purpose, and they're opening up the Shots defence at will.
In comes the corner, cleared away, back to the taken. Lovely looking cross in from the right, headed away by Theo Whittington, sent back in by Musa. Wealdstone have got it on the edge of the penalty area now, and it'll be picked up by Agyemang. Plays it to Boldwine to the edge of the area, looks to go past his man in. Lovely dribble, shot across the goal and cleared up in the air and headed away by Theo Whittington. Didn't see who got the shot away. Forgive me, Stones fans, you might have seen if you're watching on DAZN, but lovely play from Boldwine, just really direct, ran at the heart of the penalty area, then slid a ball in. Here he is again, back to goal, sets this one, McAvoy, shot, saved low down, in front of him by Boyce Clark, and McAvoy very nearly, well, certainly had the opportunity to double his tally for the evening, and it's thrown out by Boyce Clark, but it's really well read by Tiencia, and he's going down the left side, feigns the cross, now turns back. Wealdstone causing all sorts of problems for Aldershot Town. Shakuna on the edge of the area, sends it out to the left hand side. Tiencia again, can he get his cross in? He's gone to the byline, he can stand it up to the far post. Boldwine, header over the bar. My goodness me, we talked so much over the season, Steve, of Aldershot being fed up talking about good performances that didn't get results, and of course we're a long way, as Julian Walters knows, from a result here, but major concerns for Aldershot defensively. Wealdstone are cutting through them at will.
They are. The shots are riding their luck at the moment. Wealdstone could not only be level, they could be ahead. And yeah, I mean, Aldershot Town fans would take a smash, a grab, a win against the odds, a win that statistics do not justify.
Oh, lovely play from Shakuna, and he keeps it in, sends it out to the right hand side. Here come Wealdstone again, this time cut out by Inwood. Henry, good control with a couple of players around him, gives the ball to Widrington, who gives it back to Henry. Henry sends it out to the left hand side where Charlie Warren runs onto it. He runs up against Cook, he's ridden the challenge, he's into the area, he's squared it. It's cleared away, it comes back to Warren just inside the penalty area on the left side. Good footwork, can he make room for a shot? He can, but it's blocked. It's headed, cushioned header from Tiencia to Shakuna, and then out to the right hand side to Hassan. He'll keep it on halfway. Aldershot offering a challenge, but they can't win the ball. Wealdstone passing, there's another 1-2. Tiencia's in, again he's offside. Challenge comes in from Hill a little bit too late. Hill absolutely furious, I believe, with someone else in the team. Boyce Clark's now gone down. I don't know if that's a genuine injury, I hope not, but it could be one of these strategic team times out that Wealdstone fans, I'm going to be honest, I hate, but all the clubs are doing it. Aldershot Town just had, whether they wanted it or not, they didn't obviously create the situation in the crowd, Steve, but whatever they talked about then, it's not been put into practice because Wealdstone have totally dominated the 4 or 5 minutes since.
Yeah, and I think Ryan Hill was entirely justified in being furious with his collective teammates, and I think a couple of players in central midfield who allowed that pass to come through far too easily. Wealdstone, yes, most of their players coming down the right hand side, but down the middle, down the left, they're getting far too much space, far too much joy, and breaking in behind this Shots defence far too easily. Yeah,
there's no spare man at the back for either side. And thank you very much, Paul Bertie Reynolds. Thank you very much, sir. He's come over from Seattle. I've already given you one shout out on the radio this evening, and he's just bought me a coffee. Thank you, fella, and one for Steve Gibbs.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming during the stoppage in play as well.
This carries on, that's 7 points to me.
What's that?
I said if this carry on, that's 7 points
for
on
you.
The board.
Oh yeah. So Colin McDonald came over, didn't he? And he got the 3 wins, 2 in the league from America and 1 in the FA Trophy. And Paul Bertie Reynolds has been over from Seattle, and the Shots have currently picked up a win and a draw, and you're hoping to go home with another win, of course.
Well, another win there on the next game for Solihull Motors, I expect, isn't it?
Yeah, one at a time. We're not allowed in football to think about the next game yet because we've still got this one.
I can't, sir.
All the best. Nice to meet you tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
We interrupt the interruption.
Yes.
To get back on with the game now, and we may be doing a score update actually to radio, so stand by for that. Aldershot sending the ball forward, a little bit too much on it from Boyce Clark, disappears behind the goal away to our right hand side, and so 39 minutes gone, which is probably nearer 36, and it's Shots 2, Stones 1, and Aldershot Town probably need to go into the mode they were in at Boston when they were 2-0 up for a little while and just shut the door.
Game management. Absolutely, that's been conspicuous by its absence. We said Aldershot Town need to take the game in stages and ensure they don't concede, but yeah, at the moment they're hanging on by their fingertips.
More goals to tell you about when we get a chance, which we'll do now, as Aldershot play another pretty aimless ball straight through to Astor Baptiste. Scunthorpe 1-0 up against Gateshead. Callum Roberts in a rich vein of form at the moment, and Forest Green 1, Truro 1. Here's Wealdstone getting down the left hand side again. Cross comes in, little deflection on it, being held up inside the penalty area by Wealdstone. Back pass and then cut out by Inwood, but he can only send it to another Wealdstone player, and everybody bar the Wealdstone goalkeeper in the Aldershot Town half at the moment. And Neil Hawkins says, great start, a big W would be a great Christmas present for the Shots, but here it comes Wealdstone, and Grogan positions himself well. He blocks off the path for Musa, but only temporarily. Musa's got it again now on the edge of the penalty area. Widrington trying to get a tackle in, can't quite win it. Ball to TNC on the left side now. Ball, oh lovely turn around the corner from Boldwine, cross to the far post. Boyce Clark jumps and catches it. And I tell you what, whether it's based on league positions or based on what we've seen play out in front of us in this opening 41 minutes, but this would be a huge 3 points for the Shots if they can get them. They do lead, but they are under the cosh. They've been robbed again, and there's a good challenge from Christy Grogan, and he finds Hill. Hill sends it down the line. McAvoy, control, good from him. Finds Stiencia. Shakuna bounces off of Grogan. What a tackle that is from Grogan, and the ball's picked up by Charlie Warren. Sends it out to the left hand side for Matt Penny to chase. He's got Henry behind him, looks to find Henry. Henry has collided with a Wealdstone player, but no foul. Away come Wealdstone again down the right hand side, sending the ball into Musa. Widrington foul on the back of Musa, and we'll update our radio listeners. I think maybe they're waiting for half time for that. So 42 minutes very nearly gone, which, as I say, is at most 39. Is going to be at least 3 added, if not more, at the end of this first half. Cracking game at Meadow Park, where Borehamwood took the lead. Solihull equalised through Joseph Barr, and Matt Rush has put Borehamwood ahead. They're in second place now in the National League table, and not going away for anybody.
Nope.
Finished 6th in National League South last season, 2nd in the National League right now. Crazy stuff. Shout out to the clan in Sheffield that are listening in from Alfie in Sheffield. Sheffield shot. Here's Wealdstone in defence. We've got a temporary lull in the proceedings, and it's not that bad. It's just that for one rare minute and a half, no team is actually attacking the other, Steve.
Yeah. I think everyone needs a breather. It's been absolutely non-stop, relentless, brilliant entertainment.
Here's Wealdstone again, edge of the air, shot comes in, it's always rising. But again, it was too easy to create the chance, and Obiero shoots from a good 25 yards there and always rising. But, you know, Aldershot Town have got to start picking up on those warning signs. They'll do well, and they'll be happy to get in at 2-1 up if they can, Steve.
Absolutely, I think John Coleman will have some pretty fierce words for his team at half-time. Yes, at the moment they're ahead. No guarantee that they'll go in at half-time, still 2-1, but yeah, Wealdstone have been fantastic. And they've shaken off the poor run of form, and they will feel aggrieved if they do go in behind.
Yeah, and for all of that as well, and how good Wealdstone have been, Aldershot could easily have scored 4. It's a crazy game, isn't it?
It is. It is absolutely. It is one of those where, well, it's Christmas. Let's just give everyone a late Christmas present. We won't bother to defend. We'll just see who scores more goals.
Widrington with the ball around the corner. Barrett moves onto it, down by the byline. Thinks about an early cross. Steps out, sends in a left-footed ball. It's flicked on. It'll be picked up by Penny on the far side of the penalty area. He's got Boldevine with him for company. Holds it up down by the corner flag. Gets a bit of support from Tetek there. Tetek back to Inwood back to Nightingale, and Nightingale across to Grogan. Now into Theo Winterton. There's a good ball. Chased by Barrett. He'll get it by the byline. Sends the ball in again. Charlie Warren! Barrett with the assist again. Aldershot Town get themselves out of jail. 3-1 up now. In a half they have not dominated, but they've been the more clinical. Another assist for Josh Barrett. A first goal for Charlie Warren in his first home start for Aldershot Town, and on loan from Bolton, and it was a precision ball from Widrington, tucked away from 6 yards by Charlie Warren. Aldershot Town 3, Wealdstone 1.
As we go into 6 minutes of time added on, and now the Shots have breathing space. Brilliant pass round the corner from Theo Widrington. Excellent anticipation from Josh Barrett. He had already turned in behind the Wealdstone defence when Widrington made that pass, and then it wasn't an easy finish for Warren. He had to take the ball on the bounce, cushioned it really deftly, delicately with his left foot past Baptiste. It's been a crazy half. Somehow it looks like the Shots have ridden their luck, have been clinical, and they're going to go in with perhaps a degree of breathing space.
Absolutely crazy. If you're a Wealdstone supporter watching or listening to this, you've got to be pulling your hair out now, because this is bonkers. Wealdstone, in the majority of measurements, in all bar the goals, the actual scoreline, have been the better side in this first half. Here come Aldershot looking to break out from the back from Inwood. Stabbed pass from Barrett, looking for Warren on the far side. And I'll just turn your microphone off while Steve's helping the media with some information. Here's Jack Cook over on the far side, and Wealdstone just inside their own half. For a long period this season, particularly under Tommy Widrington, this ground averaged 4 or 5 goals a game. He's got 4 tonight already before half time. So we are nearly 2 minutes into a minimum of 6 added here at the end of the first half. Shots 3, Wealdstone 1. Wealdstone coming again with Tiencia. He's got Shakuna outside him. Shakuna entering the penalty area now, switches one way then the other, sends it across the far post, headed up in the air by Penny, headed on by Tetek, edge of the area. James Henry sends it forward, but that'll be swallowed up by Dion Woodman, inside to Musa. Musa's up against Theo Widrington, and it's just as well that we know this Wealdstone side are well spirited, because lesser sides might drop their head on a run like this and crumble at 3-1 down, but this Wealdstone side are not going to, for sure. Warren picking the ball up there just inside the Wealdstone half, only was pretty much bowled over. An easy decision for the referee to make, a free kick for Aldershot, and an opportunity to manage the game a little bit, Steve, as we're halfway through this minimum of 6 added minutes, and they lead by 3-1.
Yeah, it was good play from Charlie Warren. He picked up the ball and thought, I don't need to drive towards goal, and he just slowed down, and he allowed Bouldervine to bowl through him and just won the free kick, slow it down, eat up a bit of time. Excellent game management, and probably for the first time this evening from Aldershot Town, because they really haven't managed the game well, even though they're 3-1 up.
Being 2-0 up away against a powder puff Boston is one thing, and very easy to lock the door in the second half. It was that day. I don't think that'll work today.
No.
I think Aldershot need to continue, because their strengths are going forward. They need to continue to try and score goals at the other end and try and get this game put to bed at some point, but I have a feeling we're going the distance in this one. Here's Tetek spreading the ball out to the right hand side. A very rare poor bit of control by Ryan Hill, very very rare, and then a poor bit of play in possession from Musa. Hill holds his hand up to acknowledge his mistake. Grogan, I think it was, that again came to the rescue. Here's a good ball from Wealdstone out to the right hand side, and Inwood, oh, he does so well. First of all, he just sticks out a leg, then he realises it's still there for him. It's cleared forward by Penny, but Wealdstone have got it again with Cook. How Wealdstone would love to get a second here. Ball into the area, cleared away by Nightingale. Barrett will battle for it, but Woodman sends it out to the right hand side, and Wealdstone continue to knock on the door. And now Inwood should get a chance. No, he goes. It's picked up by Cook. Shot comes in from Shakuna, bounces back into the path of a Wealdstone player. It's Boldwine inside the penalty area. His pass is cut out by, can't even see who it is. It might even be James Henry back there, you know, it is.
Yeah.
And it's into touch for a throw into Wealdstone. They're throwing everybody up. Josh Barrett stayed up, look, on his own. Eventually, a Wealdstone player's
Wealdstone realise.
This is the point. It's man for man, man on man. There's no spare men at the back like there often is in the National League. Wealdstone are going to get another corner here to pretty much end the half. We got 90 seconds of it minimum left. Shot 3, Wealdstone 1, and I can feel it myself commentating at a level that you sometimes reach towards the end of games.
Yeah.
And here we are.
It's felt like stoppage time throughout the entire first half.
In comes the corner from Wealdstone, headed away at the near post by Aldershot, but only back to the taker and then back to Baldwin. Lovely ball into the area, punched one arm, follow-up shot by Musa, and he's leaning back and it goes high. And Kanaya Boyce Clark certainly commanding his area more significantly than any of the last 3 or 4 or 5 Aldershot Town goalkeepers. Yeah. When he does punch, it's one-armed and very strong. But he'll be disappointed to have conceded, but not a lot I don't think he could do from that free kick. We're going to update our radio listener, Steve, so I'll come to you in a moment or two. They're just going to Woking first. Boyce Clark with the ball forward. We've got 30 seconds of the 6 added minutes left. Tetek leans into his man, wins the header, finds Warren. Warren finds Matt Penny. Matt Penny out on the left-hand side into the penalty area. Now he drifts out of it. Goes back to Tetek. Tetek to Warren. Good quick footwork from Warren again. Comes back to Theo Widdington. He's dispossessed. In fact, no, it's Wealdstone who put the ball into touch. And the referee looks at his watch. He's got 5 seconds left of the 6. He's not going to wait for it. He blows his whistle, and it is half time here at the EBB after 51 minutes of pulsating end-to-end action, and really probably more possession, more territory, more attacks from Wealdstone, but Aldershot, who've looked pretty potent themselves when they've got forward, not as often. And they've scored 3 of their 5 chances. We're going to update our radio listeners now before we come to you, Steve. Yeah, we're ready for Robin, Andrew. I'll make it quick. Okay, no worries. It's only 3-1 to Shots, don't worry about it. Okay, Steve, your thoughts on that first half? I mean, we might need a few minutes. We might need a few minutes just to get our heads around it. But let's start with the scoreline beyond Aldershot Town's wildest dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they maybe knew that Wealdstone were there for the taking tonight, that maybe they were meeting the Stones at the right time. That yes, they've had a poor run of form, but in amongst that 6 without a win, they played Boreham Wood, they played Forest Green, they played Halifax, they played Solihull. Losing at Truro is probably the only truly poor result in that run, and you can see why tonight. Yes, they're 3-1 down, but Wealdstone have been at it. They've been full of pace and purpose and creativity. The shots have been clinging on by their fingertips, and I think that phrase that we conjured up just a couple of minutes ago, it's felt like kitchen sink time in injury time at the end of the game for the entire first half. It's been a basketball game. It's been frantic and fast and desperate, and it's been brilliantly entertaining. Somehow the shots have come out of it not just on top, but with a little bit of breathing space at 3-1. But only a fool would think the game is won. Wealdstone can hit back in an instant, and they could be back on parity within a second or two of the restart if they come out like they have been playing in the first half and the shots aren't at it from that first whistle at the start of the second half. They could very easily find themselves embarrassed, because I think you're right. There's no danger that Aldershot Town are going to try and shut up shop. That just won't work. It's got to be a gunfight. It's got to be a shootout, and hope that they come out on top. Because there were goals in this, goals galore. At which end, nobody knows. That's the thrill of the chase. But yeah, if Aldershot Town try and shut up shop, they will come out unstuck. And that's got to be good for everybody here at the Ebb Stadium this evening.
Yeah, it's a fascinating one for the managers, really.
Yeah.
I think, I might be wrong, and we don't hope to be a fly on the walls in those dressing rooms. I suspect, even though it's a completely different, well, I don't know, I put it to you, even though it's a completely different kind of game, Aldershot are 2 goals ahead at half time. Might John Coleman point back to that Boston game in terms of how Aldershot showed a different side in the second half? But to be honest, they've had to show much of that other side in this first half because they've been under the cosh. But equally, you know, he says he's a bit of a gambling man. He responded to the criticism for not throwing any forwards on Saturday in his post-match interview, and he said, listen, I'll always gamble a point for 3, but he felt that the players that were out there were causing the most damage on the day, and that's his right. That's what he's paid the big bucks for. He might just roll the dice tonight, you know, and say, do you know what? We're in improving form. We've won the first half 3-1. Go out there and take it to them, because Wealdstone have got the bigger quandary, haven't they? They're 2 goals behind in the game.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think maybe there is a halfway house, perhaps a little bit more security at the back. Whether that's personnel, whether that's a slight change in mentality, but also they've shown they can open up this Wealdstone defence, that with the high press, with pouncing on stray passes, with setting traps and inviting the mistake from the Wealdstone defence, they can earn dividends from that. Then certainly I don't think you think, well, it's 3-1, let's make sure the game ends 3-1, because that way madness lies. It will not work with the way Wealdstone have played in the first half. But I think maybe a little bit of extra defensive security, and maybe that comes in midfield to maybe stop the counter-attacks at source more, because, and particularly down the right-hand side, Hassan, and okay, at times it's been Boldevine, it's been Obiero, it's been Agyemang even out on that right-hand side. Try and add a little bit of extra security there, and then allow Barrett and Warren and Henry, and whether it's Tetek or Widrington breaking from midfield, allow them to wreak havoc, but also perhaps be a little bit more secure at the other end. But personally, I would say, don't bother. Just try and win 6-5. I mean, I might not be alive at the end of the game to see it, but what entertainment. Defending, who needs it?
Well, that's the thoughts of Steve Gibbs. I'm just going to take a little break and just try and calm down a little bit. Crazy first half. 3-1 shots, your half-time scoreline. That's very harsh on Wealdstone, that's for sure. But Aldershot Town know what it feels like to be or look the better side in a match, but not come out with anything. So it is rare, this, for Aldershot Town. It's very, very rare. And that'll be of no consolation to Wealdstone fans. Speak to you again in a few minutes, listeners.
Okay, come on, Mark. Okay. Yeah, Mark needs. Let's hope he does well with his final kick. Okay, let's see if we can take Mark Jasper home with some cash. Unlucky. Oh, good left foot in it as well. Okay, bit of encouragement. Come on, Mark. Hit to here. Goalpost round count. Thanks for taking part. We'll give you your medal in a moment. And let's see if we can send Mark Jasper, who's also our match day sponsor this evening. So all round good egg. Let's see if we can send him home with £10. Hold on. Thanks for taking part. Back to you, Craig. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you very much, Paul. Very nice. You've got there to you. Okay, the Shot's next fixture is this Saturday, the 3rd of January, when Solihull Moors are our visitors in the Enterprise National League. That game kicks off at 3 o'clock.
Steve and I are raising our cups to Mr. Paul Bertie Reynolds, who has bought us both a coffee and waited patiently to give it to us as well. And then saw his moment with the stoppage in play, didn't he? Saw his moment with the stoppage in play.
Perfect timing.
The Shots Away Travel Group will be running a match to our forthcoming away games at Eastleigh and Yeovil. For the Eastleigh game, the coach departs here at Ed Stadium at...
Dean Adams says, hi Rob, crazy game, God knows how this game will end. Listening on the River Nile in Egypt, Dean Madgwick. Give me another month, Dean, I'll be out there. Early advance notice, I will not be commentating on Hartlepool against Aldershot on the 31st of January. I've picked that date, regular listeners, because there will definitely be a BBC Tees commentary of that game. I'm not sure whether BBC Surrey will find anyone to do that game, but if not, you will certainly be able to get commentary, that's for sure. And I always do that, by the way, when I book holidays during the football season. Mike Brown says, just wow. Oh, thank you very much, sir. First half man of the match, Christy Grogan, and an honourable mention to Theo's contribution so far. Yeah, Theo Widrington will not be judged to have given an assist to any of Aldershot's goals, but he most definitely played a part in 2 of them, didn't he, Steve? Steve's still here alongside me.
Yeah, that incisive pass around the corner that anticipated Barrett's run was brilliant and was really key for the goal. And deserves. There is a stat as a second assist, and he absolutely deserves at least that.
Quick look at the scores elsewhere. Just stand by, Steve, in case my wits strain. Oh no, I've got the half times. Sometimes I get the goals, but then I look at the app and the scores haven't updated. The highest scoring game in the National League so far this evening is here at the EBB, Aldershot Town 3, Wealdstone 1. Altrincham 0, York City 1. It's 1-0 to York at half time. Alex Newby with the goal, but Owen German sent off for Altrincham as well. It's Borehamwood 2, Solihull Moors 1. Regan Booty gave Borehamwood the lead. Sabara with his 4th goal in a game and a half. Levelled for Solihull Moors, who come here on Saturday. And Matt Rush put Borehamwood ahead. And, well, as it stands, Borehamwood are going top of the National League tonight. Boston 1, Brackley 0. Carlisle 1, Morecambe 0. Luke Armstrong with that goal is second in back-to-back games. Forest Green 1, Truro City 1. Forest Green taking the lead through Boyabu, but Deeming equalising for Truro, who have been picking up a few points of late, notably, of course, against Wealdstone recently. Rochdale 0, Hartlepool 2 at half-time. That's a bit of a surprising scoreline. I think that game's being played at Accrington Stanley, not 100% on that. So it's an away game for both teams. Former media manager Henry Port has come back tonight, and Henry, you're welcome back any time. Scunthorpe 1, Gateshead 0. Scunthorpe leading through that Roberts penalty, and Gateshead down to 10 men. Gateshead having a miserable, wretched run. Max Melbourne only came on as a sub for Kenton Richardson in the 13th minute, and by the 35th he'd been sent off. Southend 1, Sutton United 0. Who else? Gus Scott Morris. Tamworth 0, Halifax 2. Smith and Harris with the goals for Halifax. Woking 0, Braintree 1. Come on, Woking, what are you playing at? Against one of those sides Aldershot are competing against down there. Oteh with the goal for Braintree. and it's Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 1 as well in the National League. So plenty of goals. We don't look at live league tables at half time. We don't do it. You can look if you want, Steve. We don't talk about it. The live league table might as well be called Bruno, because we don't talk about it. But have a look if you want, listeners. We await the two teams for the second half. The substitutes are all warming up. It looks as though Wealdstone have got at least 6 of theirs out there. And they do have 7, so they may be making a half-time substitution. We'll wait and see. They're coming out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the keeper. 10 with Hassan, and 11 with Tiencia. And why would they? The scoreline, yeah, but why would Wealdstone make a substitute at half-time when, quite frankly, they have final third entries, I think, is the coaching stat. It's the Y-Scout stat, isn't it? And Wealdstone have had double figures minimum.
Yeah, I think a couple of times they've not made as much as they could of those opportunities, but overall they've been excellent, and it has been a knife through butter a few times in this Aldershot Town defence, and certainly that's something that John Coleman will want to address at half time. And I think it is only maybe a little bit of a tweak rather than wholesale changes.
For shots though, I think, I might be wrong, I think Cameron Hargreaves might be coming on.
Yeah, and it looks like it's James Henry is back in his coaching attire and extra legs in midfield, and I think that's not a bad change. Not a bad change.
Yeah, makes an awful lot of sense. It's rare that Henry would play start back-to-back games. It might be the first time he's done it all season. And Aldershot Town, it does look like, are going to make a half-time substitution, and they're bringing on Cameron Hargreaves. Let's have a look and over the opening couple of minutes and see if there's any positional changes. There doesn't necessarily need to be, actually, because Henry wasn't exactly playing as a winger, was he? He was an advanced midfielder. He got back and put quite a lot of work in as well. John Coleman just entering the pitch briefly there to have a word with one of the players. So 3-1 shots at half time. Shots with the kick-off now, attacking the East Bank end of the second half. And their second half lineup is as follows. Boyce Clark in goal, Inwood, Nightingale, Grogan and Hill across the back line. Tetek and Woodrington in midfield. Penny, Barrett and Hargreaves supporting Charlie Warren in attack. And the shots, as I say, lead by 3-1. The goals coming from Henry and Barrett and Charlie Warren on his home debut. Theo Widdrington immediately comes over halfway, then turns back, finds Inwood, steps inside of Hassan, carries on forward, sends it out to the left side to Theo Widdrington, and back to Nightingale, and Nightingale to Christy Grogan. Hill sends a ball down the right, taken nicely under control by McAvoy. It's under pressure from Warren, goes back to his keeper. That's a poor clearance, but it has found a Wealdstone player. Theo Widdrington sends it back in. Matt Penny's in the penalty area. Oh! He literally has a swing and a miss. He's literally just outside the yard box, down by the byline. He tries to send it in, and I don't know whether the ball took a strange bounce or what happened, but swing and a miss. Or a swing and a slice anyway, and behind the goal kick to Wealdstone. 1 minute into the second half, still 3-1 shots.
I think he was just momentarily, a fraction, just pushed off balance by the defender, and that is why he didn't make a clean connection. I think it's Boldevine who did really well to get a foot in and just put Penny off balance. But I think the extra defensive nous and security that Cameron Hargreaves provides Aldershot Town is exactly what I was trying to grasp at half time by saying Aldershot Town need to have that little bit of extra security.
Here's Aldershot in possession on halfway. Matt Penny tries the ball down the left. What a lovely ball. Finds Barrett. He's up against Cook. He's trying to reverse him back into the air. He's into the air. Tries a little chip shot. It's on target, but it's saved comfortably by Astor Baptiste. First effort of the second half by either side, coming 2 minutes in. And it's from that man JB again.
Yeah, would have taken something special even by Josh Barrett standards to score from there, but you can never blame him for wanting to have a go.
The messier or the quieter this half is, it's the shots who'll be happier.
Yeah.
The next goal obviously crucial. I think if Wealdstone get it, it'll be nervy for the shots. If the shots get it, surely they'll be heading for the 3 points. Here's Barrett up against Cook again, down by the byline. Cook's shown him onto the foot he doesn't want to be on. Although he's pretty two-footed, to be fair. Here's Inwood, turning in a tight space, finding Nightingale. Nightingale sending it into Boyce Clark. And now Boyce Clark with a long diag out to the left side. Baldwin will drift onto that comfortably and he'll send it home to his keeper, Astor Baptiste. Right, that Wealdstone side then. Astor Baptiste in goal, McAvoy, Woodman and Cook. Tiencia, Musa, Aguimang and Hassan, Shakuna, Obiero and Baldwin, causing all sorts of problems for the shots in the first half, but only scoring once. Here's Obiero, receives the ball edge of the area, slides it across, another ball further right to Jack Cook, stands on it, but he's given it away, and that's a blatant, pretty cynical foul from Hassan. And still, notably, Steve, Lewis Sando keeps his cards in his pocket. I mean, we've seen 15, 20 challenges like that this season that have all been given yellow cards, and that's it. I don't like to see yellow cards. They're given out too easily, but you just can't get any gauge on what's a yellow card anymore, can you?
No, I think that was stupid. It was petty. It was slight.
It was cynical.
But it absolutely was cynical. Yeah. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, stopping Matt Penny striding away into midfield.
Yeah. Here's Wealdstone clearing away up to halfway. One in the air by Nightingale, sent back by Hassan, I think it is, but straight into touch, throw into the shots. And listen, you can't blame him. John Coleman will want the quietest half of football ever, won't he? That's what he'll want.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's brought on the security of Cameron Hargreaves, whose fresh legs is exactly what Aldershot Town need, but also his defensive nous, his work rate is clearly superior to James Henry, because James Henry has got his own myriad qualities.
What a ball. Sorry, Steve. Control and turn from Barrett out to the right-hand side. Charlie Warren's approaching the edge of the penalty area. He's trying to get to the line now, and he's really expertly held off, headed off at the pass, as it were. Terrific work there from Wealdstone, and I'm not sure if it was. I want to give the credit to Tiencia, but I think
it was. Yeah, I think it was the number 29, and he did really well. Yeah, that should have been another cross in from Aldershot Town, but no, the Wealdstone fullback did superbly well there. Made it look easy. Firm
back pass from Wealdstone to Astor Baptiste. He sends it up to halfway. One in the air by Nightingale, picked up by Baldwin. Lovely turn from Obiero. Sends it out to the left-hand side. That's Tiencia now on the ball, going up against Ryan Hill. Drifting one way, then the other. Holding it up now. Plopping it on for McAvoy. Squared across, cut out by Christy Grogan. Who else? And then cleared up towards halfway, where Jack Cook will win that one for fun and send it out to the left-hand side. And Wealdstone now spread the ball out to the right, and the ball's picked up by Hassan. He's being shut down by Penny. Ball forward again. Good hold-up play by Baldwin, but a little foot in from Penny and diverts the ball into the path of Tetek. Great jump by the referee to get out of the way of the ball. Hargreaves sweeps it out to the right-hand side to Warren, who's been popping up tonight on both the flanks and very rarely down the middle. I'd say, if anything, Josh Barrett has been more.
He
and
has.
Aldershot almost playing with a false 9, if you like, as they did for periods on Saturday. There's a lovely ball down the right-hand side, finds Warren, he's onside, he's into the penalty area, gives the ball to Barrett, who's still inside the penalty area, he's drifting out of it now, goes back with his left foot to Hill. Hill thinks about a cross, drifts past his man, Tiencia, good back defensive work from Tiencia again, and then draws the foul from Ryan Hill, almost on the goal line, down by the corner flag. And what we have seen at the start of this second half, Steve, nearly 7 minutes in now, is largely the shots asking most questions, but some very strong, robust and committed defending from Wealdstone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think crucially it's not been as end-to-end, it's not been as chaotically open, and I think that's absolutely what John Coleman would have wanted, as you said. Messy, scrappy, few chances. Aldershot Town would take that all day.
That's Steve Gibbs, I'm Rob Worrell, you're listening to BBC Radio Surrey Online. Here come Wealdstone again, Hassan into the penalty area, heavy touch behind the goal for a goal kick. And Boston were ahead against Brackley, it's now 1-1. I don't got to get too carried away looking at other results because Aldershot need to get their own, but I think fair to say that a draw in that one would be suitable for Aldershot Town.
Yeah, I think it would be the cherry on the cake, but first and foremost, as you say, Aldershot Town need to look after their own results and maintain their own progress. And I think I said it at the start of this run of fixtures that Aldershot Town needed to get maybe 10-11 points from these games, and at the moment they're more than on course to do that, and that could set them up for a much improved second half of the season that will see them pull clear of the bottom four.
Well, Aldershot have a throw in on the right hand side now, held up by Warren. He's lost possession, goes down to the floor, claims a foul, nothing given. Wealdstone send it forward, shots with plenty of players back there, and Christy Grogan boots the ball out of off the pitch and almost out of the ground. It has bounced down around by the fencing to the railway line, and Wealdstone supporters obviously not going to waste any time sending it back, but meanwhile Wealdstone have picked up another ball. Multi-ball system of course in place across the National League this year. 54 minutes gone now. Aldershot Town 3, Wealdstone 1. In the first of the meetings between the sides this year, isn't it? Probably one of the last teams that Aldershot have actually got to play against.
Yeah, considering they've already started the reverse fixtures from the opening games, Altrincham and Boston. But this is the first meeting with Wealdstone.
Long clearance forward by Astor Baptiste. Aldershot then got a header on it, but Wealdstone have picked it up again just inside the Aldershot Town half. Wrong forward. Another good challenge from Christy Grogan, and then a foul on. I thought the referee for a minute had played advantage, and it would have been a good one.
Would have been nice.
Aldershot would have had 3 against 3. Warren, Barrett, and Hargreaves against the back three of Woodman, McAvoy, and Cook. But the referee had blown. I just didn't hear his whistle. Not having a go at him there. If he'd waited a sec, he could have played an advantage.
Yeah, but I don't think he could have anticipated that Aldershot Town would win that loose ball.
Boyce Clark takes it. That's poor. Straight through the inside right channel and all the way through to Astor Baptiste. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, no, that's a couple of wasted opportunities from the Aldershot Town goalkeeper this evening, playing the ball into space with no red shirt, having a prayer of getting on the end of it. Aldershot Town need to keep possession better to help take the sting out of this game.
Here's Aldershot coming forward with Tetek, finds Hargreaves, he's battling to control the ball, it's deflected into the path of Warren on the right hand side, looks to pull it back to Tetek, touches it back, follow up shot, that's blocked. Frantic stuff, but it's all going on at the Wealdstone end at the moment, which will suit the shots. Here's Wealdstone trying to play a ball forward, but it's been cut out, And Aldershot have it on halfway, and they'll start again with Theo Widrington. Advance has not been tackled yet. He's actually trying a shot there from 45 yards. It got blocked straight away. He's won a header here. Comes back from Cook, jumps again. Again Widrington flicked on by Hargreaves, and then cleared away by Wealdstone. And that's a bit robust off the ball by Wealdstone, but the ball's gone into touch, and it'll be a throw in to the Shots. Terrell Agyemang it was. Samin was going to take it, and Aldershot, understandably, when they get a throw, because you and I watch them, well, I watch them every week, you watch them most weeks, and under so many different managers, they're such an honest side, they don't seem to have time wasted in them, do they?
No. And that is, to both their credit and their downfall at times, but I think everybody would want to see.
Inwards, mate. He makes a little bit of a hash of that, and now Wealdstone are countering. Really good tracking back from Tetek, but and then Christy Grogan comes across again and goes back to his keeper. And I tell you what, there might have been 3 different other players that have scored the goals tonight, and other players that have assisted. Tetek's gone down, and he's feeling at the back of his thigh. This is not good news. We've only just talked to him post-match about how his fitness is so much better.
I think he's just signalled to John Coleman.
It's not good. It's not good. We'll have to see. I think if you're a Wealdstone fan right now, you probably think that this is a strategic timeout, but don't think it is, Steve.
No.
Tetek, a player that's been dogged with injuries, and he's having one of the best and strongest runs he's had. And a month ago, John Coleman had no idea what a player he had on his hands.
No.
He does now.
Is 2,130, and that includes 285 visiting supporters.
Wow, okay, you might have heard that, but 2,130, anything over 2,000 on a midweek is superb, but 285 Wealdstone fans, cold, frustrated Wealdstone fans. I think they'll have enjoyed their team's performance from big chunks of the game, Steve.
Yeah.
Perhaps not the start of this second half, where the Shots, to be fair, have been the better side in the opening 15 minutes, but they will be ruining the scoreline, which from their point of view will seem a little bit unjust and unfair.
Yeah, it will, and I think Ryan Jones is being prepared to come on for Tetek. Fortunately, he gives a bit of a high five to Josh Barrett as he
that's
walks
awful.
off, not limping too badly, doesn't need any assistance as he comes off, which is a minor positive. But that unfortunately is the end of Dan Tetek's evening, and Ryan Jones is on in his place.
In his stead, and absolutely. Now Widrington and Hargreaves will now be the 2 central midfield players, with Ryan Jones playing in advance of them. And what a player he is to be. Those 2 players that have come off the bench for Aldershot, they'd be in most people's strongest starting 11. But right now Aldershot have more of a squad. That's a lovely take from Hargreaves. Feeds the ball to Penny. Penny sends it to Ryan Jones. Quick first touch out to Charlie Warren on the right hand side. Warren's cutting in, he's attacking, tries a drill, cross comes strong. And it's missed on the goal line. I don't know how Matt Penny has not put that in, but I think it might have just deflected off a Wealdstone player gone behind for a corner, and it's that little tiny deflection that's taken it out of the reach of Matt Penny, who probably thought he was about to get one of the easiest tap-ins ever.
Yeah, I think in the end it deflected off Jack Cook as well, a bit past Matt Penny, but Ryan Jones puts the cross in.
And it comes again, flags up, balls in the net, isn't going to count. And here we go again with the roller coaster, Steve Gibbs.
Yeah, it was Theo who put the ball in, but I think he knew he was offside. But Shots happily playing the game in the areas that they will want to, but still Wealdstone are not out of this one yet.
Right, here at the other end, Aldershot go back to Boyce Clark. He clears forward, one in the air by Wealdstone, into the path of Cameron Hargreaves. Charlie Warren wins a foul. A little bit on the strength of Charlie Warren. He scored his first goal for the Shots tonight, but I was surprised. I almost said Aldershot need to sign a striker, and then they signed him. But I did a little bit of research. I talked to Mark Stokes, Josh's dad, who's seen him play a lot for Felixstowe, and he said he's not a centre forward, he's a wide player. Now he's got the height, and to me, he's in his first 3 games he's played all across that line at times, but I think John Coleman's getting the best out of him at the moment. He's almost playing a false 9. Warren is tacking down one side or the other. He's quick-footed, he's fast, he can hold the ball up really well, and we've seen now that he can finish too.
Yeah, he's got an excellent goal scoring record in the lower divisions, but yeah, he's not a centre forward, but at the moment John's finding a way to get the best out of, to create space for Barrett in that false 9, to utilise Warren's strengths. And yeah, I mean, Tommy Widrington was very quick to say, why do I need a centre forward? I've got goals all over the team. And it is just harnessing the qualities of these players, because you don't need a 30 goal a season striker.
Oh, lovely prod from Hargreaves out to the left, but Barrett hasn't quite kept it in. Sorry to interrupt you, Steve. It's one of those kind of nights, isn't it?
It is, absolutely, yeah. You don't need a 30 goal a season striker if you've got your attacking midfielders, your wingers, your number 10s weighing in with goals, your centre halves up from the back to score from set pieces. If the team are scoring, then the onus on the centre forward is less.
Here's Hill and Tiencia battling away over on the far side. We're in the 64th minute now, just into it. It remains Aldershot Town 3, Wealdstone 1. That was the half-time scoreline, and probably these opening 18 minutes of the second half are probably the only sustained period in the game that Aldershot have had more territory possession, created more chances. Wealdstone with one of their first forays into the area in this second half. It's flicked on, gone behind, free kick given rather than a potential corner kick. So many bodies in the way, I haven't got a clue who did what to who, but what we do know is that it's very nearly 64 minutes gone now. And here, I just mentioned the scoreline, 3-1 to Shots, but what about elsewhere in the National League this evening? Altrincham 0, York 1 still. Alty, though, playing with 10 men after Owen German was sent off. Bournemouth 2, Solihull Moors 1 still. Boston 1, Brackley 1, Carlisle 1, Morecambe 0, still Forest Green 1, Truro 1, still Rochdale 0, Hartlepool 2, Scunthorpe 1, Gateshead 0, Southend 1, Sutton 0. Balls in touch over on the far side, throw into Aldershot just in the Wealdstone half. Tamworth 0, Halifax 2, Woking 0, Braintree 1, and Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 1. Very little in the way of goals in the second half anywhere. But on we go. And another mention for that magnificent 285 Stones fans. Yeah, it's not the longest trip. It's one of those that's actually quite palatable midweek, isn't it? From northwest London. But, and of course, probably buoyed as well by the fact that it's, for some people anyway, the Christmas holidays. Don't know about you, Steve, but yours truly still working. So.
No, fortunately not. Yeah, I'm officially off until the 5th of January.
Here's Will Nightingale bursting forward and sends it out to the left-hand side to Penny. Penny sends it forward, but that one is cut out.
And is offside as well.
It is offside as well. It'll be a free kick to Wealdstone, halfway inside their own half on the right-hand side. Cook takes the free kick. It has been a bit of a messy, scrappy second half so far, and as we just said a few minutes ago, that would probably suit Aldershot Town. Oh, it's a good challenge from Warren. He wins the ball, finds Theo Widrington. A ball played up to Jones. I thought that's a foul. Free kick not given. Advantage played this time. Hargreaves out to Hill. Hill to Ryan Jones. He's sped past his man, then circled back in. He's still battling away. He's got it again, and then he's pulled down, or is he? No, the ball's in touch, throw into Wealdstone. Well, Ryan Jones coming on and causing a bit of chaos, and that's the very least you'd ask or expect of him.
Yeah, he's an excellent player to have in reserve for Aldershot Town. As you said, someone who would probably get into the starting lineups of a lot of teams in the National League. But yeah, that shows the depth and the options that John Coleman has at his disposal increasingly. And he was up against Jack Cook there, who's about twice the size of him.
There's Aldershot pressing the keeper again, through Jones, he clears forward. Ryan Hill onto the ball, tries to play it off the Wealdstone player into touch. Surely I thought it was a little shove there on Hargreaves. Not. He's battling back. Great shot, saved and well kept by Kanaya Boys Clark. Looked like it might be a parry, but he kept it close to his body and he snaffled it before the Wealdstone attacker rushing on could get there. And that's another little tweak, another little change in the shots goal. Too many goals have been scored where a shot's been parried into the path of a striker and then buried away. So far, really tough debut for Boys Clark up at York when shots were beaten 5-1, and we didn't know what Aldershot had then, but we've seen game by game, week by week since. And I have to say, I've been a big fan of Marcus Dewhurst. I think a lot of the Shots fans have. Yeah. But right now, Steve Gibbs, he's third choice. Pat Nash on the bench again.
Yeah, and I think he has paid for a noticeable dip in form just before Boyce Clark came in, and at the moment you'd say where does Marcus go from here? But Boyce Clark has been impressive, and that was really good safe handling, and I think that is a key part of his game.
Ball forward from Jones, does find Barrett, he sends it inside to Jones, quick turn back into the path of Barrett again. Barrett thinks about a shot, now he slides a pass to Ryan Hill. Hill sends it in, cries for handball, flagged, and Aldershot Town, John Coleman, have got themselves a penalty. And the assistant referee immediately flagged, made the decision, the referees backed him. Now, James Henry has taken a couple of penalties this season, Steve. He's not on the pitch. I think we're about to find out.
Ryan Hill, I would expect.
Who currently is. It is, of course, Ryan Hill. It's a long while. I think it was the second or third game of the season, maybe the fourth, that Aldershot got a couple of penalties. You just had a look at it now. Is it clear?
Yeah, it was a good cross from Ryan Hill, and Tienza was running back towards the byline, and just his outstretched arm, the cross was going to come behind him, and his outstretched arm, he was trying to appeal to the referee that his arms were down by his side. It wasn't quite like that. His arm was a little bit outstretched. For me, it's got to be a penalty.
And Josh Barrett just there near the spot, just making sure the Wealdstone players are away from the area where Ryan Hill stands and prepares to take this penalty. Scored 2 in the one game earlier in the season and scored 2 in the next game. He scored in the last game prior. He scored at Boston, can he score this? He's up against Astor Baptiste. Shots 3, Wealdstone 1. Wealdstone ready in 2 subs, but prior to that, Ryan Hill will step forward at the East Bank end and he scores. Aldershot Town have 4. Hill celebrates at the East Bank end after slotting home his 6th goal of the season. Shots 4, Wealdstone 1.
Excellent decisive penalty from Ryan Hill. Wealdstone immediately respond with 2 substitutions, but it's 4-1 now. The Shots have breathing space, and they have managed this second half really well. They've managed to stifle the runaway train that was Wealdstone's attack, and they're pulling away. And now at the moment they're winning with aplomb. Maybe not winning comfortably, but this is a really impressive result from Aldershot Town that will continue their upwardly mobile status.
I have to tell you off now, like I told Julian off at the weekend. We do not use the word result until the game's over. Be ashamed of yourself, Mr. Gibbs.
I am.
There is 19 minutes plus stoppage time left. There is no result here. Julian will be chuckling now back in Swansea that the esteemed Mr. Gibbs has fallen into the same trap that I will not have on these commentaries. But now I know what you mean. They're heading. The result.
They are heading towards.
Yeah, yes. they're heading towards, and the result of the game so far. Obviously very, very good for shots.
And if they throw this away from here, then
it'll be a terrible result.
Questions to ask.
Yeah. We're underway again. Sent forward by Wealdstone, one in the air by Shots, flicked on by Theo Widdrington. Wealdstone have picked it up again. Somehow they're trying to keep their composure and come back into this game again. There's a 1-2 into the area, well shepherded by Nightingale. And Enzio Baldwin involved in that, but in the end, Wealdstone. And a bit more detail on those two substitutions, Steve.
Give me a second.
Olamola is one of those two that came on. I'm sorry with all the...
Turner was the other one who came on.
Yeah.
But the Ipswich Town loanee. He's a defensive midfielder by trade, the captain of the Ipswich under-21 team. Olamola,
I think Hassan's
an attacking
gone off.
midfielder.
I think Hassan's gone off. He's one of the two that's gone off.
Yeah, his influence, he was really impressive in the first half, but his influence in the second half has waned, and I think that is huge credit to Aldershot Town.
Here's the Shots in possession. And pretty good second half here from the Shots. Good. Oh, there's a pass from Widdrington out to the left-hand side, but it misses its target. Finds touch, quickly takes the throw. And Aldershot Town have done a little bit of work on improving their goal difference this evening. It is the best of all the teams down the bottom, largely thanks to their absolute glut of goals they scored at the start of the season. And the ball's in touch now over on the far side. Throw into the Shots directly opposite Steve Gibbs and myself. And John Coleman's finally got his penalty, Steve.
Yep, absolutely, and absolutely, I think it was entirely a penalty. I think Wealdstone could protest all they wanted, and Tientia was very vociferous in his protests to the referee that the arms were down by his side and he wasn't creating an unnatural shape. I think you can protest all you want. I think that's a penalty for me. But yeah, Aldershot Town, John Coleman has improved Aldershot Town defensively, but the goals had dried up. This is a fine balance.
Here they are again on the edge of the area. Warren's been causing all sorts of problems all night. Hargreaves inward, back to Theo Widdrington. He's playing some of his best football right now for Aldershot Town over the last few games. Was one of the top 3 or 4 players on Boxing Day. There's a clip ball into the air. It's cut out by Cook but picked up by Ryan Jones. Quick-footed into the left side of the penalty area. In fact, he drifts down the left side of it. He exchanges passes with Penny, and then he jinks past his man. He's dispossessed, but Aldershot have won it again. And well, there's a foul in there. I think it's gone against Ryan Jones. And is the referee going to show a card as well? He is. I think he's going to show a card against Matt Penny. And that can only be for dissent, Steve, because he wasn't the one who committed the foul, was he?
He was not, no. He was on the scene. He was definitely in the vicinity, but it was Ryan Jones who committed the foul. And yeah, Penny must have protested too much, but if he has, then it's silly.
Shots 4, Stones 1. 75 minutes. On balance of play at half-time, 3-1 Aldershot. Flattered Aldershot a little bit, to be fair, but they were quite clinical with their finishing. Definitely deserving of being in the lead by this stage, 75 minutes. Have been the better side over the second half, that's for sure. And they've won the ball back in their own half here through inward. Turns it round the corner, can only find Cook. Cook sends it quickly inside to the other one of those subs, Stephen Turner. And Wealdstone spray it out to the left, but it's cut out by the head of Ryan Hill. And he'll find Charlie Warren. He'll get the ball out of his feet on the touchline. He's challenged, but rides the challenge. Finds Hargreaves. Hargreaves finds Hill. Hill throws a dummy to his marker, and then Wealdstone put a foot in again, and it's either a free kick or a throw into shots. Hill ends up in a heap on the floor down by the halfway line. He's up to his feet, he's okay, and we crack on. 76 minutes gone. Aldershot edge ever closer to 3 points and to improving their goal difference. The scoreboard can't keep up with Aldershot Town because it's actually 4-1. I don't know if they've got problems there. The clock's ticking away, but
I think Colin's desperately trying to log back into the system to update it. I think he's having a bit of laptop problems. I can see on his laptop there's a window that needs to be
attended to.
Winner in the air by Cook. He can only find Hargreaves. Hargreaves bombing forward, sends it out to the left hand side to Penny. Penny's caught late, and that's got to be a yellow card, I would think, for Agimang.
Yeah, rightly so.
And
Matt Penny's quick feet did him there. He just cut inside, and Agimang.
There's so many
out of foot.
Shots players with quick feet out there now. We know about Barrett's, Penny, Jones, Hargreaves that have both come on into the game. Aldershot have they're ending the game with a lot more pace on the pitch than they started it with, and I'm not quite sure what the ironic cheers are, Steve.
The scoreboard has just updated. It's just caught up.
Okay. Well, that's quite good. I mean, normally the scoreboard breaks down completely, doesn't it? So the fact that the clock's still ticking, although that needs to be reset because it's telling the time, which anybody can look and see is 21:27. I think we may have lost the clock now. Your old school, you've got your stopwatch on. Thank you, Steve. You'll update us in a minute with the time. Free kick to the shots then. 4-1 up. Ryan Jones steps over it. Barrett sends it in. Little flick. Aldershot nearly getting on to the end of the cross. They're going to lob it back in now. The keeper should come and collect. Everything stood still for a moment there. Even my commentary, apologies for that, listeners. Ball came in, and I think Inwood possibly. It was either Inwood or Grogan, but it was right next to the ball, about 3 yards out, and just needed to lift the limb, but nothing happened.
Yeah, I think there seemed to be a hint of a shirt tug on Inwood. He wasn't able to get into position, and that was obviously not spotted by the officials or anybody else, so maybe I'm wrong.
Here's a robust challenge by Will Nightingale. He says he's won the ball. Referee's not having any of it. Best thing Will Nightingale can do is step away and set up his defensive line for this free kick, which is level with the right hand edge of the penalty area, but approximately another penalty area out from that. So, and a little bit more, probably 40 yards out. Agimang's 5 or 6 yards from the ball. I'm pretty sure that it's the substitute Stephen Turner who's going to step up and take this. The clock is back on, showing 79 minutes and 23 seconds. Rochdale have pulled a goal back through Ian Henderson against Hartlepool, and Stephen Turner is going to step forward and take this free kick left-footed. It's off the back of somebody into the path of Hill and then prodded towards goal, half cleared, and then referee gives a free kick to Aldershot Town inside their own penalty area, and there's an Aldershot Town player down inside the penalty area, and it's Theo Widrington,
who put his foot in where there were Wealdstone feet flying and made a vital interception, and got caught and made sure that everybody knew about it so that the referee would ease the pressure on the Aldershot Town defence. I think he'll be okay to continue. His pain is genuine, and he is quickly up to his feet and turns the air blue in exasperation, but he'll be okay. He's now running back towards the halfway line, so he is fine to continue, and he has been excellent, and I think he's starting to show the Shots fans what he can do and what his qualities are, what he brings to this team, particularly in that game at Sutton and other games recently. I think his passing range, his organisation, He just needs to cut out the impetuosity, and Aldershot Town could have a fine central midfielder.
Free kick to Wealdstone. Olamola fouled just 10-15 yards into the Aldershot Town half, but the big guns are all up from the back, and the smallest of the big guns is McAvoy, but he's the one who got up and headed home Wealdstone's goal tonight. They brought him back into it at 2-1. And it's Agimang who's going to take this free kick as we enter the last 8.5 minutes of the 90 here at the EBB. Agimang fakes to take it, then comes back, I think because Olamola had made a run towards him. Now the ball comes in. Kanaya Boycott comes, catches it, throws the ball out to the right hand side for Jones. A little bit too much on this one. It's cleared forward, picked up by Hargreaves, holds the ball up, and it's off of the Wealdstone player over on the far side, and it's a throw in to the Shots. Steve Gibbs will be collecting your post-match BBC Surrey interview this evening with at least John Coleman, possibly with an Aldershot Town player, depending on how long he has to wait, how cold he gets, and how keen he is, quite frankly. I'll be trying to chug along to get the 22:04, and much appreciated, Steve, as always, for doing that.
Tonight, it's my pleasure. I mean, every night it's my pleasure, but particularly this evening.
Here's Wealdstone winning the ball on halfway, and Theo Winston battling away with Nightingale trying to win it back. Wealdstone, good leave from Hargreaves, ball goes into touch, throw into the Shots, and really, if you take the halfway point 3-1, the scoreline obviously in Shots' favour, but Wealdstone giving Shots all sorts of problems. I don't know quite what John Coleman did, but for some reason Aldershot came out and dominated proceedings majority of the next 15-18 minutes, and it surprised me really. I expected Wealdstone to come flying out the blocks.
I did, absolutely, yeah, I did. I think it's partly that they've not been able to maintain the momentum. It's also partly the tactical tweak, the personnel tweak in bringing on Cameron Hargreaves, that Aldershot Town were too susceptible to the quick breaks, the quick transitions through midfield, and Cameron Hargreaves, as you would expect from a player of his quality and work rate, has been able to stop that at source largely.
Wealdstone in possession now in their own half, and the game's just settled down a little bit, which again will shoot the shots, and Wealdstone go all the way back to the keeper. The actual pass was going towards the goal. Keeper had to adjust his feet. The ball's chested down, helped on by Boldvine. Nightingale battles for it, heads it forward. Hargreaves flicks it round the corner. Warren holds it up and finds Jones. Jones pops the ball out to the left side. It's played back from Barrett first time into the path of Penny, but again the decision that the ball is
Josh Barrett was offside.
Oh, he's offside, sorry, I beg your pardon, because I didn't think that one had gone into touch. Free kick taken quickly by Wealdstone, and it remains Aldershot Town 4, Wealdstone 1 here at the EBB. Good evening to Dean Martin, aka Capadino, who said he made a mistake tonight. He's got to be up very early in the morning, and he's missed this game as a result. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the commentary at least, Dean. And here's Wealdstone pulling the ball back on the edge of the area. Theo Whittington's well placed to get onto it and clear forward. If you haven't seen it yet, Capadino's rolled back the years and put together a lovely video compilation of the FA Trophy win at Wembley back in May. Well worth a look. If you go onto YouTube and put in Capadino, K-A-P-P-A-D-E-A-N-O, then you'll find that, which has got all sorts. Right, substitution for the Shots. And Josh Barrett's race is run. He's got a goal and an assist for his troubles. That automatically probably puts him in the little pot that Steve Gibbs is collecting for potential Aldershot Town man of the matches. But one thing you know for sure, in a game where Aldershot have got 4 different goal scorers and have scored 4 goals, of course, there'll be a number of players in contention.
There will be, and possibly even players who haven't got their names on the score sheet yet. But
Ooh, a little bit of a...
But I mean that is me basically hedging my bets and saying I haven't had a chance to think about it and don't really have a clue yet. But yeah, Josh, excellent tonight, and Paddy Gandor coming on, continue that defending from the front ethos and pressing this Wealdstone defence, and fresh legs going into the final few minutes.
Free kick for a foul on Penny, who's looking for a way out of a tight spot. And here's a rather surprising scoreline, Steve. You'll remember that Altrincham were 1-0 down at home to York, down to 10 men since the middle of the first half. They've only got an equalised in the 90th minute, something that York did themselves on Saturday, on Boxing Day, I beg your pardon. So York losing a bit of ground at the top, and I'll just double check the scoreline at Boreham Wood. It's still 2-1 to Boreham Wood. If Boreham Wood win that tonight, then Luke Garrard's side are going top of the National League. More importantly, as far as Aldershot Town fans are concerned, Aldershot Town have a great chance of getting out of the bottom four for the first time in a while, and it's only three and a half weeks ago they were 7 points adrift in that bottom four. And we kind of said then, didn't we, Steve, that that seven needs to be the maximum. They can't afford to go 8, 10, 12 points adrift. I know Boston came back from there last season, but there's been a change in momentum. I got sick of saying to people on the podcast and other things that there's improvement coming, because the results weren't showing it, but they are finally starting to do so.
They are, absolutely, and we saw the improvements in performance at games like Boreham Wood, where against a lesser team, against a team that weren't going top of the National League very, very soon, but Aldershot Town would have picked up a point with that sort of performance. And now, as the games become less daunting, then we're seeing the fruits of that labour.
Here's a ball lifted over the top from Penny, being chased by Paddy Gandor. Takes it towards the corner flag now. He looks to cut in along the line, and he's fouled right on the goal line, just outside the penalty area by McAvoy. Is it McAvoy? I'm not sure. There's two fair-haired players back there now. I beg your pardon, I'm going to have to wait for him to turn his shirt. It is McAvoy. So we're 88.5 minutes gone, 4-1 shots, free kick at the far end. And since I told you that Altrincham had equalised against York, York have done what they do, scored again. In the 90 plus. And thank you, Alex Marshall, you've just spotted that as well. We'll round up all the other scores after the game. We'll tell you Steve Gibbs man of the match. I've got a little inkling who it might be, because he hasn't scored and he has been one of the better players tonight, but certainly in the first 15 or 20 minutes, I don't know. We'll see if that's the way Mr. Gibbs is going.
Who could you possibly mean?
We'll update our radio listeners when we Theo Widrington back to Jones, cross comes in, header is over the bar, tipped over the bar actually at the last minute by Astor Baptiste. And Steve, help me out, who was it? Was it Charlie? Not sure who it was that put the header over.
I think it was Matt Penny.
Matt Penny, yeah. He's come close twice. Matt Penny's going to come off now, and he's going to be replaced
by Will
Armitage, who hasn't had much pitch time of late, has he, for the shots?
Matt Penny being replaced by number 36, Will Armitage.
Five added minutes then, the 90 are up,
5 additional minutes.
And as it only takes a minute to score a goal, we won't assume anything yet, Mr. Gibbs.
No.
This is Aldershot Town. Great showing from Penny. That ball's come in, headed away at the near post. Gandor's quickly onto it. He goes back to Ryan Hill, plays the ball down the inside right channel, finds Ryan Jones. Quick feet from him onto his left, sweeps the ball into the air, half cleared, comes out to Will Nightingale. Ooh, good effort actually, always rising. We were right behind it, really caught it well, but just rising a little bit too much. And It's a goal kick to Wealdstone, and we are 45 seconds into 5 added minutes, 4-1 shots.
Yeah, would have been the icing, the cherry on the icing on the cake for an excellent night for Aldershot Town if that had flown into the top corner as Will Nightingale envisaged it, but no, unfortunately it was a little bit too much and it was always flying over the angle of post and bar, but a nice idea from the centre half.
Throw into Wealdstone, down on the right hand side. It was Josh Stones that got the late goal for York on Boxing Day. Tonight it's who else? Ollie Pearce. Looks like he's probably got the winner. It's been a good night for Braintree. They have won at Woking, who still got some mystifying results at times. There's a ball in, it's cleared away by Armitage. Jack Cook will send it back in. It hits Armitage and goes behind for a corner. To the Stones, who are continuing to battle away. They were the better side in the first half. They trailed 3-1. I think the shots have been look more deserving of the victory for sure as a result of this second half, where they played it pretty well. Shakuna with the corner into the near post, and Jack Cook's up there. He gets his head on it, but so too does Will Nightingale, and it glances off Nightingale's head, goes behind for another corner. Some late pressure here for the Stones. Unlikely they can get a result now, but can they breach the Shots defence again? In it comes from Sakuna. It's cleared off the line, headed back again. Held up on the goal line, sent back in by Shakuna. Header down, and then some holding in the penalty area. Shifted out to the right hand side to Shakuna. Shakuna stands it up to the back post, and Boyce Clark watches it, rises, catches the ball, clutches it, and doesn't lay around on the floor like most keepers would when their team's 4-1 up. He can't wait to bowl it out to the right hand side to Ryan Hill. Half the Wealdstone team make their way back. Aldershot send a diagonal ball out to the left, one in the air by Boldvine, picked up by Widrington, who flicks it into the path of Nightingale. Nightingale finds Inwood, who sends it forward. It's a cold night. Just feels his leg momentarily. Maybe felt a little twinge of cramp there, I'm not sure. Seems to be moving okay again now. And we've had 3 of the 5 added minutes, just over. Shots for Wealdstone 1, and it's ended Southend 1, Sutton 0. That brings Aldershot Town 3 points nearer to Sutton this evening. Tamworth 0, Halifax Town 2. And Wealdstone win it with Shakuna just inside his own half. Sends it forward. That'll be one in the air by Armitage. Then one by Aguimang, and then a clear boot through it from Christy Grogan. Your proper old school head it and kick it centre half, but my goodness me, he can tackle, he can move. He's had a cracking game. We'll get Steve's thoughts on York have won at Altrincham. Scunthorpe 2, Gateshead 0, and Gateshead's miserable run continues. Aldershot Town will be closing ground on a number of teams this evening, other than Braintree anyway, that's for sure. And now it's a free kick to Wealdstone, and this one's pretty much done and dusted. We're just waiting for the final whistle, and then Aldershot can be certain of back-to-back home wins. Steve Gibbs.
In the end, it's a far more comfortable victory than anyone would have dared suggest before the game, and particularly at half-time. Throughout the first half, it did not seem like it would be comfortable. We expected that there might be a grandstand finish, but at the moment, Aldershot Town are managing the second half really well, and ultimately cruising to an impressive victory.
Yeah, Ryan Hill's been given the official man of the match. I'll tell you what Ryan Hill is. He is your guaranteed 7 out of 10. And there is the final whistle. Aldershot Town have won back-to-back home games in the National League. They've gone 4 unbeaten now. They've picked up 10 points out of 12. And as Steve Gibbs sums up the game with his man of the match, I'll pick up the other scores and let you know how they're doing in the table. Steve Gibbs.
In the end, relatively comfortable victory for Aldershot Town. An absolutely tumultuous, topsy-turvy first half, but thereafter Aldershot Town were cool, were composed, were calm, in managing the game and making this victory seem far more comfortable and routine than it should have been, than we thought it was throughout the first half and that it was at half time. And yes, Wealdstone are in a poor run of form, but Aldershot Town have looked really impressive against a strong team, against a team who will get results, who will beat far better teams, far more highly placed teams in this division than Aldershot Town. And it's another feather in the cap for John Coleman, and for me shows, maybe for the very first time, shows the impact that John Coleman is having at Aldershot Town. These are the fruits of his labour and what he promised when he came in. That very quietly but swiftly he has tweaked this team, personnel-wise, tactics-wise, mentality-wise as well, and they are starting to show the team and the squad that they can be. That the quality of this squad, for me, was not a bottom four squad, but they got used to losing, forgotten how to win, couldn't quite find the balance of the right players in the right positions with the right players around them. And yes, part of that was due to injury, but it's also the way that John has set the team up, his ethos and the spirit that he's instilled, and you can see that now. Individually and collectively, players going up to the East Bank, taking the plaudits quite rightly, and also showing what this means to the players to start moving away from the bottom four. And yes, there are far tougher challenges to come. You can say with Solihull on Saturday, and then before the end of March, they're playing most of the current top 10, top 12 at home. The likes of Boreham Wood, Carlisle, York, all coming here, and they could be huge games. If Aldershot Town can start picking up points, then they'd be huge results. And what maybe a month, 6 weeks ago looked daunting prospects can now be looked forward to with a degree of optimism and thinking, well, this isn't a foregone conclusion. Aldershot Town can give those top teams a real go here at the Ebb Stadium in particular. And they are out of the bottom four this evening as it stands, albeit only on goal difference, but that's another feather in their cap, that they've really improved their goal difference this evening, and they can start to look up rather than closing their eyes, looking at the table through worried fingers.
Steve, I know you're coming to a conclusion with your man of the match, but just before you do, just to interrupt you and give you a little break, I've had a quick look at the table, and just to confirm, Aldershot are out the bottom four, only on goal difference though, but they are within 3 points of 16th place. There's a lot more teams around, and Aldershot got a bit of upward momentum. Hell of a long way to go, but a really good 4 games, 10 points out of 12. Just finish off, please, with your Aldershot Town man of the match.
I second guessed myself. I thought, go for the obvious one, Josh Barrett. Ryan Hill was excellent, as the sponsors gave him the man of the match. For me, he's maybe in the chasing pack, but I think as much for what he represents, and he is the face, and he epitomises what John Coleman has brought to this team, that he brings all of the qualities that Aldershot Town will need between now and the end of the season if they're to avoid relegation. And it's Christy Grogan. 100%,
got to agree with you, Steve Gibbs. I mean, how well he played in that first 15 minutes was so vital, really.
Yeah, that built the platform on which Aldershot Town built.
Yeah, because the way Wealdstone were playing at the time, if they'd got level in that first half, I think we could have had a very different result.
Yeah, and not just got level, but actually forged ahead.
Right, that's it for our commentary this evening. We'll join you again on Saturday when the Shots will be taking on pretty much informed Solihull Moors. Okay, well, they've lost to Boreham Wood tonight, but there's no shame in that. Most teams have. Steve Gibbs will collect our post-match thoughts, of John Coleman, who has been given a penalty for the first time in a long time. He'll tell you how long it is. I think it's about a year at all the clubs he's been at. But the Shots, it's a good night for them, and it's good night from us. Shots 4, Wealdstone 1.